Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the CruitCast. I am Jason Sukamel, joined by Cole Patterson. As always, Cole, feels like it's been a while. I was on vacation last week. You didn't record one of these without me, did you, last week?
Yeah, we weren't able to make that happen,
Well, I
unfortunately.
wouldn't have known because I was not planning on watching any videos or doing as little work as possible. And I was sitting on the beach last week,
I don't blame you,
sipping
man.
on cocktails. I did not worry about the CruitCast, but we're back. Like I said, it's been a while. We're back. We'll get back in the flow. I tell you, it's amazing to me, man. I don't think you've taken a week off vacation, Cole. But when you take a week off, you feel like you miss so much, dude. And it's so
Yeah,
hard to get. Like this week, I've been in catch-up mode. It's what, Thursday afternoon, and like all week I've been like playing from behind. I feel like it's amazing how much you miss out on and just kind of get out of that work cycle and
yeah.
work rhythm and
After my
interviews and things.
brother's getting married next week, actually. So I
Oh, is
won't
that
miss
right?
the whole
Okay.
week, but I missed a couple of days, and I missed a couple of days a couple of weeks ago when I went for a bachelor party, and I felt same like you said, I felt out of loop. That's kind of out of the loop. You don't know what's going on, so I can't imagine
Mhm.
a whole week.
Yeah, man. Like,
Early.
recruiting never ends. It's literally
Yeah,
daily, hourly, almost hourly. We hear some things, so it's hard to unplug, but it sure is nice when you're
yeah,
able to do it. But so before we get started, Cole, we're going to blow through some pretty quick hitter updates here for this week, and then next week we'll get more back in the flow of things, and maybe even do a couple of them next week. We'll have a lot to talk about next week. But I want to encourage everybody, please, or request everybody, please, to like the video. As always, subscribe to our Orange Bloods YouTube channel, and as always, support our sponsors there from Prime Shrimp. Get you some of that prime shrimp at primeshrimp.com. $20 off with your promo code Orange Bloods. I've been dieting so hardcore, which prime shrimp's great for, right? But I think my favorite one is the Alfredo one. You can put it on pasta, and I haven't been eating pasta, but like when I was on vacation, I was like, what the hell, screw that diet. So
yeah.
I may have to give me some Alfredo on pasta before I start kicking my diet back in, man. But anyways, get some of that prime shrimp, everybody. You'll be like me. I'm salivating as I talk about it. But
It's
uh,
good. It's really good.
dude, it's all good. Yeah, even the new lemon pepper one's really good too. So
Yeah.
cool. I want to start off this week's episode of the CruitCast. You've got a big weekend ahead, and frankly, I know where you're going. I know who you're seeing, but I don't know the logistics of when you're seeing or where you're going, or when you're getting where. But just tell everybody where you're going to be this weekend, man. I'm pretty excited about it, and that kind of ties in with one of the things I want to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually leaving for Orlando. I think my flight leaves at like 6:30 in the morning. So, I gotta get up pretty early, drop to the airport, all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, once I land in Orlando, kind of around 10 or 11 their time, Eastern time, I'll be there and, I'll see Peyton Kirkland during the day. My plan is to go see Peyton Kirkland, getting that set up. Going by his school, getting an update on him. I mean, obviously he committed to Texas, almost kind of out of nowhere, leading up
Mm-hmm.
to commitment. He didn't include Texas in his top group. They made that commitment. Obviously, we talked to him back in July, I believe that was. So I'm going to get a chance to go talk to him, get some more background on what all went into that decision, where things stand right now, how his season's going, all that kind of stuff. And then the main event will be obviously see Cedric Baxter for Friday night's game. And he's been out past couple of weeks with a minor injury. He's supposed to be playing on Friday night, so continue to knock on wood there. But yeah, we've got that set up. Go see CJ. I'm supposed to get an interview with him, kind of get some background stuff. Obviously, he's a guy that Texas fans are kind of stressing over. He's a highly rated out of state commit, and Florida State is one of the schools kind of in the mix there. Obviously, we've continued to hear some good things about Texas, but I'm excited to get some more background on him as well as see him play live. His tape is ridiculous. So getting able to see him play in person will be really fun to watch.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It's a hamstring he's been dealing with, correct?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I've been told.
I don't know if they'll have him on the quote unquote pitch count or what, but hopefully they'll get to see him be ultra productive because he has
Yeah,
been every time he takes the field. And you mentioned, man, he's been a big talking point. He visited Florida State. Well, I guess it'd be almost 3 weekends ago. He visited unofficially. This last weekend, he was there on an official visit. So you'll get a lot of good intel coming
sure.
out of that official visit. Cole, you've got a really good source, you feel like, on this one. I've got a
Yeah,
source close to CJ. They're independent of one another. They keep telling us Texas has nothing to worry about, right? And I'm
yeah,
inclined to believe both of them. But anytime you take 2 visits to a school he was previously committed to, including an official visit, it's the in-state school. Texas is the out-of-state school. you got all this NIL stuff in today's day and age. So, who knows, man, I would put my money on Texas winning out in this one, but like you said, Texas fans are a little nervous right now, and you'll have a good chance to kind of get a feel for that one when you're down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking forward to seeing, kind of getting him in person. Like I said, we have two different sources. Both are, independent of each other. Both are pretty confident in Texas' chances to hold on to him. I think Tashard Choice has done a great job there, but it's also hard to ignore 2 in-state visits kind of in the same month. So we'll have a bunch of intel and kind of content behind the scenes, all that kind of stuff up on Orange Bloods.
Yeah, it'd be nice for Texas if they could get him back in Austin one more time, but I don't know when that's going to happen. This is an undefeated team he plays for at Edgewater.
Yeah.
I think I looked. I think they're ranked number 3 in the state, so they're likely to make a pretty deep playoff run, which will hinder Texas getting him to Austin, but that's also going to make it tough for him to get to places like Florida State again or Florida or any of these other places. Yeah, A&M would love to get him on their campus, so maybe it works out well for Texas. Cole, another guy I want to talk about a little bit here. Texas defensive back, cornerback commitment, Malik Muhammad. He takes his Texas A&M official visit last weekend. Talked to some people coming out of that weekend. I don't think Texas needs to be fearful of A&M so much based on what I'm hearing. But I do think there are some moving parts in this one that Malik and Texas need to smooth out a little bit. I think I said in my column, my 3-2-1 column on Tuesday, I said, I think all things being equal, Texas would be the choice. But in recruiting, especially in today's age with NIL promises and this, that, and the other, recruiting is not always equal, right? And, kids are going to be offered certain promises. Hey, come here and you'll get this when you get here. Sometimes they may even get it before they get there. And how far is Texas going to go in making or matching some of these things that are said to him? And, how comfortable is Malik and his family going to feel about potential NIL opportunities once he gets to Texas? We'll see. Alabama's still in play there. Right now he's still committed to Texas, but I still think that one's on a bit of a slippery slope. Cole, just kind of your gut feeling on Malik Muhammad.
Yeah. Every time I have a source of Malik as well, and obviously we've talked to Malik, and every time I check in on that, it seems like Texas, like in a good spot. He's still committed, but I would say my source on Cedric Baxter seems more confident than Malik Muhammad. We'll see what happens there. Both could obviously sign with Texas, so it's not to say Malik Muhammad's going to flip, but I do think Texas, like you said, has to smooth things out. I don't think there's anything wrong by any means. Just A&M's making the push. Alabama's always been a school that has his eye, and always hard to turn down Nick Saban if you're a defensive back. So another guy, he was just on campus pretty recently. You want to get him back down as many times as you can. Similar to Cedric Baxter, he plays for a good team. Just expect to make a long and deep playoff run. So maybe that kind of prevents him from making other visits. But like I say, he's still committed to Texas. He was throwing up the hook when he got his Under Armour All-American jersey in a couple weeks ago, late October. So obviously still committed. I think Texas has a good shot to hold on to him, but they definitely got to. There's definitely reason to stress over the next couple months.
Yeah, I mean we're like 7 weeks roughly until the early signing period, and
hard to believe it's November.
Yeah, exactly. And I will be mildly surprised if there aren't some twists and turns and road bumps with Malik Muhammad. I think there are going to be some anxious moments in that one down the road. So, Cole, Texas is on the road this week. They had a big game against Kansas State. The last time they took the field 2 weekends ago against Oklahoma State didn't come out the way they wanted. We keep talking about this. Hey, can Texas just capitalize and steal a lot of this momentum? And A&M's, was it a 4-game losing streak they're on, I believe. Oklahoma's bounced back a little bit, but it's there for the taking for Texas. This weekend, they're on the road. It's not going to be a big recruiting weekend, but they've got a chance to make another strong impression if they can go out and get a big road win over Kansas State. Then we look forward to the following week, Cole. Texas comes back home. They got right now an undefeated TCU team coming into Austin, probably going to be an undefeated top 10 TCU team coming to Austin. And that's going to be a pretty big recruiting weekend. I've kind of started to compile a list. Tight end Deuce Robinson, the number 1 tight end in the country, will be there on an official visit per his mother. Tyler Scott's a defensive back out of Georgia that's really just saw his stock shoot through the roof the last few weeks. Texas offered him, I think it was like Sunday or Monday, and he set up that visit like that. So he told me he's coming in. Jelani McDonald, the former Oklahoma State commitment, told me I believe it was on Tuesday. He said, yeah, he'll be in town for his official visit. That's the only official visit he has set up right now. So sometimes that can be a little bit telling. Marcus Deal was going to be in for his official visit, but he told me this morning that won't be able to happen because he's probably going to have a Saturday playoff game. But the good news there, Cole, is if you're a Texas fan, Texas is going to get that last official visit. There's always been a little bit of question if it'd be Texas or Oklahoma. I know you felt after talking to Marcus a few weeks ago, you said, hey, I think it's going to be Texas that gets it. Well, he told me, yeah, it's going to be Texas. He just may have to reschedule. Big visitor here, Derek Hunter, the JUCO defensive lineman. He'll be in town. It'll be an unofficial visit, but he does want to come back for an official visit. And then, of course, we're still keeping an eye on Anthony Hill, who I was told last week still might make a Texas home game. Well, you've only got the TCU game, and you got the Baylor game Thanksgiving weekend. So TCU makes a lot of sense to me if Anthony Hill's going to show up. Yeah, you're running out of time. Thanksgiving's kind of crazy, and just the TCU one is on a more traditional schedule. It's a night game, so it'd be easy for him to get to. So keeping an eye on that one. I haven't confirmed that he's coming, but I've just been told, hey, it's a possibility. So a couple of big weekends. I mean, this is a big weekend coming up for Texas just to establish some momentum, and then they got a big chance to maybe kind of hit this last month of the recruiting season, if you will. Kind of hit the ground running and close out with a bang that weekend against TCU with a lot of big visitors. So we'll see, Cole. Maybe Texas can finish with a flurry and add some new names to the class.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously that's what you want to hear if you're a Texas fan. Now I am interested. You already mentioned Marcus Deal. I'm interested to see how the playoff schedule will impact visitors and all of that. Because obviously next week is the opening round of the playoffs. So obviously we'll keep track of that. But big opportunity for Texas, not only this weekend. If you get some momentum going into next weekend, that'll be pretty big. Michael Uni's another guy in the 2024 class who's already told me he's going to be at Texas. So, like you said, huge opportunity for Texas to capitalize on.
Yeah, and we keep saying it, like Texas keeps having these chances, and they'll hit a line drive that just sails foul, and the next one maybe they swing and miss with a loss to a team like Oklahoma State. They've had 3 or 4 opportunities this year where it's like, okay, if they win this week, things can really take off. Now, this is going to be tough sledding, but if they can do it against Kansas State and do it against TCU,
then they put them,
yeah, man, and they put themselves in a position potentially to be playing in the Big 12 championship game. Who knows what's going to be going with A&M and Oklahoma? So this is maybe Texas's last chance to really see some real recruiting momentum over these next couple of weeks. So as always, we'll be following it closely, and we'll be all over it on orangebloods.com. We'll be on it on our YouTube channel, but we'll keep this one short, Cole. I've got some commitments to get my daughter to different places for sports and this, that, and the other, and War Room tonight and everything else. We're a little bit later on this, and it's my fault. Like I said, I've been playing catch up all week, so we're a little bit behind this week. But we'll have a lot to talk about next week when you coming back from Orlando. Maybe we'll try to record one maybe early next week, and then maybe do another one to preview that following weekend. So, I want to tell everybody, hey, thanks for watching. Cole, I want to tell you safe travels. Tell Blake Skaggs, our producer behind the scenes, thanks for making these seamless and fairly easy for you and me. And everybody subscribe to our channel. Please like the video. And perhaps most importantly, get you some of that prime shrimp. You won't regret it. Use that promo code OrangeBloods. Get you $20 off. It's very good. So appreciate everybody giving us a little bit of their time this week. We'll be back next week with maybe a couple more of these, at least one, maybe a couple more of these. And everybody have a great rest of your week and a good weekend. Take care.